that's probably the key takeaway from this piece of what we sort of discussed. The other point I just wanted to also chat about with you is, so while pretty much most of what is created is really 2D content in nature. There are fundamentally two other types of visualization. One which has been around for a while, and one which is sort of coming up. One to start with is 3D. Right now, 3D post Avatar, there was a huge buzz around 3D and what it can do, and the fact that it would potentially wipe out 2D filmmaking, and there's a lot of discussion. But it obviously has never really panned out, and globally it's sort of thought that 3D filmmaking has never really reached the kind of potential it could have. Where do you see things that went wrong, or was it always on the cards?
I think 3D is great if your film warrants it.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of the format, that's just personal and nothing else. I feel like I need to kind of see a film like I've been trained to see it as a child. I feel just with the aid of glasses and have characters come up close, I may not want them. I like to see things at a distance in cinema and then feel up close with content. But I think 3D is a humongous device and is great for certain kinds of films. The epic scale bonanza films, the franchises that are larger than life, the adaptations like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Bahubali did 3D pretty well.
I mean, all that Bahubali lends itself to the format again. Just doing it for the sake of doing it and adapting to that format for no reason. But it doesn't mean that you need to kind of do what we used to do with it in New York, like when Chhota Chetan came out. Or there was a film after that called Shiva Ka Insaf, on the heels of Chhota Chetan, where everyone was like kind of trying to come at you. That is gone. That's no longer. It's just now you feel the presence of the characters much like in your proximity of vision. For me, I think it needs to be that kind of film. 3D does not ever going to mean the death of 2D. 2D will exist as the paramount way to see a film,
right.
And 3D will be that add-on, that bonus, like the IMAX experience,
right.
Apart from 3D, which is the holistic look of a cinema, which is circumvent. And I think that is really something that you need to kind of experience depending on the film. Very few films warrant these additional formats.
Well, fair enough. Then let's look at something else which is evolving, and again, which is become the talk, is really around virtual reality, augmented reality. As a filmmaker, how do you see that? What do you, where do you see this being most useful? Where do you see it lending most value? And where do you see this? Because obviously it's very early days for the format and very early days for the technology. Where do you see this, say, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line?
I mean, virtual reality has become a huge phenomenon, and it's kind of gained tremendous ground in the West. We're still understanding it, developing it, and there's so much understanding of it. Short films of 2 and 3 minutes on VR actually are doing phenomenally well. Equipments for like not more than 2,500 rupees are available online where you can actually see these short clips that are experiences. Is it going to be an additional, like a 3D experience? Yes, it might be. It will take its time here because we need the kind of spaces to exhibit that format. But yeah, what do I say? Eventually it's all going to go there. It's like film is becoming like the hand telephone and like digital is becoming the mobile. I mean, it's just the way it's going to be.
Right. So, I mean, staying on with this, so would you as a filmmaker be interested in making something, say, virtual reality, and what's the kind of content you think which would...
Girish, I'm interested in being relevant. So whatever is contemporary and whatever exists as a format today, there's no way that I want to be taking a back step in where something is leaping forward. Be it going the digital way, it was immediate at our end. We changed all our films. I'm not somebody who, while I want to protect the content as much as I can, but to take giant leaps in technology is being relevant. And being relevant is the essence of a filmmaker in today's times. So yes, if 3D is a format, it's like we're making a film which Ayan Mukherjee directs with Ranbir, and it's a mystical experience, and he's been prepping on it for a year and a half. Now that film could lend itself to 3D. Right. We could look at virtual reality with it as an additional add-on experience. Right. All that and more, because it's a film that is made in 3 parts. So again, it's a trilogy. And all that can happen to that film. But say, I release a film called Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, which comes out in Diwali, it doesn't warrant itself to anything but the 2D experience you get.
Right.
So every cinema experience, it depends on the genre of the film that it belongs to.
Understand. Fair enough. The other point, just to then take the whole sort of process forward really, then comes to monetization and distribution, right? And one of the key changes in technology which sort of significantly enhanced theatrical distribution was digitization of stills, right? Just your thoughts around that. While I guess we are at the fag end of the entire process, and we are pretty much largely digitized, right? But how has that again, impacted you as a production house over the last say 5 years or so?
It's speed and efficiency.
Right.
It's much easier.
Right.
Steel dabbas don't have to go
Right.
from one place to the other. I remember, I've come from a generation where I've seen my father take those steel cans, to temples to pray right before the release,
Right.
which have our film stickers on it, reel number 1, reel number 2, like literally cans. I've seen that happen in front of me. I feel blessed that I've been through this journey of seeing these steel cans that go to temples to now literally chips going into like equipment to see a film. So it's a card, it's a code. We actually, you could call it that we've been reduced to a code now. We're just like everything else, we're a number. We're no longer a detail.
So, can you give us some context? So, let's say, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai when it released, how many prints, how many screens were there, and say, Hai Dil Hai Mushkil, what are we talking about?
We're talking 20 times, 150 to 200 to now 2,500 to 3,000.
And that's a straight multiplication on your collections and your revenues.
Not really. Do you know footfalls were more than?
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a true. It's
Right.
a hashtag true story.
Right.
Give you data. Agnipath film released in 1990.
Right.
Box office status, flop.
Right.
Agnipath released 2011. Box office status, super hit.
Right.
Data, more people saw Agnipath in 1990 than they did in 2011. That is considered a flop. This is considered a super hit.
Right.
So just to tell you that multiplex pricing, all that has eaten into the footfalls.
Right.
We're reduced by 40 to 45% reduction of footfalls than
Right.
what was 2 decades ago. So our prints, our number of screens have increased, but the people watching movies have reduced by 40%.
Wow.
That meant that the single screen audience, where it was more economical to view films, obviously, because we are a country that has diverse economic situations for people, and the multiplex pricings do stop a humongous section of people from visiting cinema halls.
Right.
And now to get an opening on a Friday is much more challenging because of just the fact that our footfalls are down by 40%.
Right.
And let me tell you that 40% is going to keep dropping because somewhere our core content is becoming more urban and we're losing heartland numbers.
Right.
So box office is taking a beating, which is why there's so much talk about the studio system shifting, etc. And it's going back to brass tacks in terms of solo, single, boutique production houses and producers who understand the essence of the box office and where it is. But that's, as I said, a separate topic.
No, I agree. I mean, this has a lot of other connotations around.
It totally does. But
and-
digital is being empowered in other ways.
Right.
I mean, we have like the advent of short films, the advent of web series, the advent
Right.
of digital content.
Right.
Online is becoming king. And I said it somewhere, and I feel very sad that eventually television might be like the scary mother-in-law, and digital will be the patriarch parent, and film will be the troubled child who will
Right.
be desperately in need of therapy. So that's where we're heading.